With DMC5 coming out this week, it's time to get your overly massive sword, revolver, and demon familiars and get hyped for it. Hell, I'm pretty hyped. I've been doing content on this game and it's helped me grow just a wee bit. Plus, after a 10-year hiatus, and no, the DMC5 Devil May Cry reboot does not count. No, Nero, Dante, and the rest of the game are back with a whole new adventure. So I'm gonna give you 5 reasons to get hyped for Devil May Cry 5. Number 5, we have soundtrack. Oh boy, we starting with some heat. The soundtrack for this game is phenomenal. Capcom really outdid themselves with this one. Not just are the singers, Casey Edwards and Ali Edwards, great at Devil Trigger, but Subhuman is great, and Crimson Cloud is so good. It's one of my favorite ones. Now, we haven't heard much else, but by God, they are keeping the legacy of the original alive, despite me still being a huge fanboy of Never Surrender and Devil Never Cry. Those OSTs were really amazing to me, but Devil May Cry was never assumed to have a bad soundtrack. But yeah, number 5 had to be the soundtrack. Number 4 is gameplay. So this might be a long one, so bear with me. Capcom's bringing out all the stops and bringing a bit of all titles, yes I mean all, in one gameplay variety. The exploration and the difficulty from DMC 1. Nothing from DMC 2 that I noticed. So if there is something in there that looks like it's familiar to DMC 2 besides weapons and characters, please write it down in the comment down below. I'm very curious to see that I noticed. But from DMC 3, the style and the flair, because as you can tell, Dante had a lot more style with how he attacked, even Nero did, and they had a lot more, finesse. They knew how to move the sword really well. That sounds weird. As well as the great combat and soundtrack. The love and care from Devil May Cry 4, as well as the engaging story and great characters in the multiple campaigns. And from the reboot, a more modern look, and the characters seem to have a more modern personality. And the smoothness, despite me not being a fan of the reboot. But yeah, these are all factors that made into a great game, and I can't wait to see the variety. Plus, each campaign bridges into each other through either certain dates and times of what's going on, which is for me is an extremely great storytelling method, but we won't really know until the game comes out. So yeah, number 4 has to be gameplay for me. And number 3, we have story. Man, it's gonna be an emotional ride. You see, Devil May Cry as a series never had a big focus on story. It was more just cutscenes that moved the shit along until DMC 3 happened, where we got a story that was more complex than we were used to, since they found a happy medium where you could have an engaging story and be able to have great gameplay. The story was engaging but not overly confusing. This one will most likely be more engaging than all the past entries, and that's saying something because modern games, yes even the reboot, had interesting stories. The feud between Virgil and Dante in 3, the mystery and intrigue of 4, in the reboot, well, it's pretty good. It talks about corruption and Anonymous and Bill O'Reilly. Let's move on, please. And at number 2, we have new mechanics. Okay. The best part of a new game is seeing new abilities you can do. And okay, I would have put this in the gameplay. Also take a shot every time I say okay, but I think it deserves its own spot. Nero's new Devil Breaker ability is fun and unique, mainly because you're able to legit get different abilities from each Devil Breaker arm he gets. Each one has a different style and they actually improve on gameplay. You also make it really easy to fight bosses, because let's say in the demo when you were being sucked by the forgot the boss's name, you could blow up your arm and not be absorbed into him. Also, another unique thing is V. V can now summon demon familiars, which is an interesting take. We've never actually had the option to let monsters fight for us in Devil May Cry. We've seen it done in other things such as RPGs, such as Final Fantasy, but we've never seen it done, to this extent. It brings a fresh new style to it, and it's a better thing than, just having 3 characters that use the gun and a sword. Yeah, that'll get annoying. Plus, Dante, come on. It's my boy Dante. I love that guy. He had the same stuff, but with a whole new Devil Trigger and a whole bunch of new weapons, such as being able to legit turn a motorcycle into a weapon. That is amazing, and I love everything about this game. This is what new mechanics really are used for, and I gotta say, number 2 will be new mechanics, and it's something I'll be excited for when I play the game. At number 1 comes characters and being back to familiarity. Devil May Cry's characters are why I got into the series. Being the nosy 4-year-old who saw a man with white hair covered in red in the first DMC cover sparked my interest playing 3 when I was 8, saying, boy, Dante is cool. Re-looking at the anime when I was a preteen, watching my older cousin play through and tell me the lore of Devil May Cry 4, seeing Nero and saying, may not be Dante, but his arm is pretty badass, not gonna lie. Developing a crush on Lady in DMC 3 cause no lie, her no take shit personality kinda got me to the reason why I like girls that are kind of aggressive. And Trish, well, Trish helps understand that a man needs a badass waifu. And Virgil was so cool to me. He was an asshole, a killer, and just wanted power. But what he wanted for that power, we didn't know. It varied. For either to protect the little family he had, seeing his dad, that he couldn't. His dad couldn't even do it, so he was like, maybe if I get more power, I can. These characters may be just badass on the surface level, but they are extremely complex in the new DMC5. We can tell Nero is a wisecracking badass because it developed over time, just like his uncle Dante. Dante is still the same badass, just now he looks like Keanu Reeves and John Wick. Lady and Trish, still fine. And Nico is the badass sidekick a Slayer could ever want. And V is just cool. He reads, jokes around, says poems, like a lot of poems. And he just seems so bored of this. Like, I like characters like that. Now you see why I prefer these written over the reboot. Yeah, so characters are number 1. So yeah, pretty much these are the 5 reasons why you should check out Devil May Cry 5. I hope to get the video before the game comes out, like on a Monday, or maybe even that Wednesday it comes out, but you know, things happen, life happens, yeah. So don't forget, also I'm going to have my DMC 1 review up and DMC anime review up incoming. I don't know if it's going to be up before this video or after this video, so make sure to go check those out. I know everybody's getting tired of these top 5 videos I've been making, but I'm only doing this so I can find some footing on my channel. I wanted to put these videos up so I can see how they work, and they've been actually doing pretty well in like views and watch time because they're not overly long. So yeah, thank you guys so much for liking, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you devil hunters later. Jackpot, baby.